Hello, welcome to this podcast. My name is Beatrice Marse. I am a singer-songwriter from France. So, if you subscribe to this podcast or you are following me on YouTube, you may know that I've got 6 albums out so far. And if you're listening to the previous podcast, I was talking about number 7 that I started a long time ago. So when? Don't ask me when because I can't remember. But there's something happened this week. Actually, it was on Tuesday night. So I have to say, for the past 2 weeks, I actually find the time and the courage to actually go back to the various projects I had started but never finished. Basically, I started to do something in 5 minutes and couldn't get into it, so just close them. And for the past years, so I went back to those to those projects recently, and I have to say that Tuesday, I think it was Tuesday night. Yes, it was Tuesday night. I went back to another project, and and I actually could hear it the right way somehow, and I've worked on it. And before I actually knew it, uh, had some lyrics to put onto it. So I managed to actually, I think I've done it in 2 steps. First, number one, I recorded the chorus, and then on Tuesday night I finally recorded verses. No, actually, no, I've did all the thing. It was the other one that I did that. So on Tuesday night I finished the whole song. So, and while I was working on the thing, I just realized that maybe because I was thinking that album number 7 wasn't finished, and then on Tuesday night, it dawned on me that I had actually finished number 7. So I didn't want to rush or anything. So and there are so many things happening to my life right now. Maybe like everyone else, because as you may know, you just need to look at the day that I actually posted this podcast in France. It's kind of the end of a self-quarantine, but we're still in on living with pandemic measures, governmental measures, if you understand what I'm saying. So, so, uh, so I managed to finish the tracks. I was thinking about it, and I thought, yeah, number 7, it's over. It's officially over. And I had actually worked on another track. So this one I was confusing with this one, the one I was working on Tuesday. The one I was working on previously, just the chorus. I didn't finish the whole song. So I recorded the chorus. So on Tuesday night, it dawned on me that basically number 7 was finished. So what does that mean? It means that, and I had to be sure. So last night I went back to the track that I was working on Tuesday night to listen to it and master it, my version of mastering, and it looked just right to me, and I was listening to it, and I said to me, if there is no way it could be on number 7, and then this is the track, and this is the title of album number 8. So this is going to be a number 8. That's what I can say. If it's not a full album, it's going to be an EP, but it's going to be definitely number 8 is already started. And I'm thinking that the track I was working previously, it was archived, so a project I started couldn't finish it. I'm thinking that it belongs to number 8 as well. So time will tell. So since I finished that track last night, I will come back to the other one with just the chorus and try to work on it and see how I can manage to actually come for some lyrics for the verses, and see if it really belongs to number 8 also, or come back to, or does it have to be on number 7? So I have to listen to a finished track to say that. So what's gonna happen next? Normally I should be able to release number 7, but it's not happening. Number 1, I still haven't worked on the album cover of number 7, which is kind of different of a previous album, because I remember when I had the cover as soon as I started the album. So I haven't managed to work on the cover of the album number 7. I was thinking, how am I going to do it? And I think it's going to be maybe an easy one, because it's the title of it. So at one point I wanted to do something fancy, and now it's not fancy anymore. I want to make it simple, and and the thing is, I have a feeling that maybe, just maybe, with number 7, I'm turning also another page in my life. So, and I want to the cover to be a little bit sober, like the page you turning. So, the next question will be to ask yourself, when are you gonna be able to listen to album number 7? Right now, I don't know, because I'm broker than broke. So I don't have a budget to actually release the album anyway. So even if I had finished the cover, I can't actually release the album. So I'm thinking that maybe I should sell some. I hope that I will be able to sell some of my personal belongings, so I can actually release the album. And then I'm not. I don't know yet. It's gonna happen. So when the album is gonna be released, is it gonna be before the summer? I don't know. Definitely before the end of the year. That's for sure. I need to work on the cover, and as usual, it's very much like, either you actually know my songs, you know me, and then you will be able to listen to it. You will go willingly to listen to the album, or you don't know me, and few people are gonna listen to my album. As simple as that. So I can't. My love affair with social media is fading away. For a short time during this week, it was kind of rekindled, but not much anymore, because now it's the end of the week. It's Saturday, 30th of May 2020, and to be honest, the more I see social media, the less I care about social media. So I can't see the point no more, because unless you've got some huge budget, you can't actually to manipulate the audience. That's what I can say. There's no way you can you can make it as simple. And I have to say, to this point, I found it totally, with the state of social media, I found it totally pointless to actually market your work, unless you got some fans, and unless you got with some really very large budget. I can't see the point in marketing your thing, because somehow social media, the platform are actually working against you, even though you're paying for the ad. So I can't see the point. So I'm still gonna do like as usual. Every time saying, what should I do? Every time I'm asking myself, what should I do? What should I do? I only got that answer that coming into my mind is YouTube. So I will still continue to post on YouTube, to make some video to put on YouTube, because number one, I like it, and number two, I can't see. To me, it's the only platform that will eventually work for me the best way possible. So I can't see too much points. And of course, I'm posting those podcasts on those various podcast streaming platform, and then, since podcasting has become a thing, so, and you can find me on every single podcasting platform, like my music. So it's much easier that way. So I don't know. I have that feeling that I wanted it somewhere. I was trying so much that I was just wearing myself out, and I'm dead sure that I went through 2 burnout already. So, which is not good. So now I've decided to go as the flow goes, and I feel much better, less stressed, and somehow there are few things that are happening, like popping up from time to time. It's just fine with me. So, and I'm saying to myself, and it's purely a spiritual thing, and that if some people need to listen to what I have to say, it will happen. They will find my music, they will find my work, and they will be able to listen to it and take whatever they want to take out of my work. That's what I can say. So to me, I'm very much an artist. It's an art form, and as far as I'm concerned, it cannot be commercial, so you either like it or you don't like it. And if you don't like it, it's just fine with me. It's just fine with me. It will never take away the pleasure that I had recording those things and putting those tracks together. This is something, it's very unique. You have to make music or be an artist to understand what I'm saying. Somehow you get that rush, you get that emotion, this that need, that search, that was, yeah. And I remember like 15 years ago when I was doing that album with electric guitar. I felt like there was kind of, and it's still somehow it's still the same way somehow, but because I'm working differently, it's less obvious to me. I feel that search, that search to create, and I have that the flow coming out of me, and I don't know why. And I remember 15 years ago, I was thinking, I was listening to his tracks, and how did I manage to actually do that? You don't know how to play guitar and everything. How did you manage to do that? How did you manage to record that and to get those lyrics? I was like, wow, all over the place. And somehow still to this day, because as funny as it could be, I actually listen to my music, not on those streaming platforms. I actually listen to my music from my computer. But I do listen to my music, and I have to say to this day that Delirium Tremens is not so much of a thing with me. It's the same with Rebirth. New Era, there are some tracks that I really like, so I'm still into it. And and on the Triple X Factor, there are some tracks that I actually can't listen to anymore. So because it's linked to my mother's death, so it's just like I can't. Okay, I just can't. So. And basically for the other album, so Delirium Tremens, New Earth, and New Era and Rebirth, it's just that I was living something, I was in a state that I'm no longer anymore. So it doesn't like, most of the tracks do not like translate with me very well nowadays. And even though on the Rebirth album, there's one track that I really like, and I call myself a genius just for what is a track in French called Trouve les mots. I really like that track, and unfortunately for me, and it's normal somehow, nobody that kind of seems to listen to that track, so but never mind, I still like this track, so that's how it goes. So when number 7 is gonna be out, I don't know. I will definitely come back to actually tell you if I finish the cover or not. Basically, apart from like finishing the cover, once again, I'm just gonna repeat myself. I actually need to find the money to actually release the track, because somehow I'm penniless, I'm broke, and I don't know what's gonna happen. So. And I have to say that Spotify is pretty dead with me. So there's another thing I decided to do, is that I had Spotify on my telephone, which is like, it's an old Android telephone. It's 16 gig of RAM, and basically there are too many apps on the telephone, so it actually crashed over time. It's crashing all the time. So actually, I decided to to stay sane, I decided to actually remove Spotify from my phone. And the thing is, because I was checking the stats every day, so around 4 o'clock, like in France, in the afternoon, and so I decided not to do that anymore, and I feel much better. So basically, now I've decided officially to check my tracks twice a week on Wednesday. Not to check the tracks, to check my stats twice a week, once on Wednesday, once in one time in Wednesday and Sunday night. So, Sunday afternoon. So, and I feel much better, less stressed, and I'm split. I'm very much split, and I think maybe it's going to be the object of another video. I do not caution the thing that you should work overtime and should do the maximum to post so much on social media anymore. I've heard it. Some people, it comes to them naturally, but it's not, to me, it's not natural to everyone. And I tend to think, honestly, that is counterproductive for your not for your health, but for gaining more subscribers. So some of you might say I may be wrong on that. So, but with what I'm saying is kind of, yeah, it's kind of strange. So I think it definitely is going to be the object of another podcast where I will talk about. Even though I've talked, I think I've so far I've done 2 podcasts on social media. So I'm not keen on them, and more than ever, I'm not keen on them. And to me, the other day, it's been a long time. I've decided to post something on Instagram, and that's it. But I'm very much present. Yeah, I'm definitely on YouTube. Even for my French account, and my music is on YouTube. So I know so far I only got 2 subscribers, and the 2 subscribers on my account. I don't seem to get any new subscribers. So, but never mind. I'm a very patient lady. That's what I've gathered over the time. So, and then you don't get to be 52 this year by being in a hurry on everything. 52 years is a very long time. Yeah, that's what I can say. So I'm going to finish on this note, I would say. And I would first of all say thank you for listening to me or watching me. If you're watching this podcast on YouTube, hello. And you see me on YouTube or you hear from me on your favorite podcast platform. Well, next time. Bye. Thank you very much.